Sit next to me like you like me. Pretend like you like me. This is Dan with Blue Dog Farms, head cowologist, chief goat whisperer, and expert chick feeder. And we're out here today working on stuff for the chickens.
Yay, chickens!
And Heathcliff, as always, he's recovered from his wounds and he's out here helping too. And I need to give credit to Joel Salatin at Polyface Farm for pioneering pasture poultry and showing us all how to do chicken shelters. And that's what we're doing today, is building a chicken shelter. I've got my materials right here. Did make a couple of alterations from him. Instead of 2 1x6s, I'm using 6-inch deck boards, mostly because I didn't see any 1x6s. Instead of aluminum roofing, I'm using white plastic roofing, still very light. I thought about going with hardware cloth instead of chicken wire, but chicken wire is less expensive and lighter, so I stayed with the chicken wire. I've got my rope for the handle, the 2x4s for the frames that get ripped in half, and we're going to build a chicken shelter. And Jalen's here because she's better looking than I am, and she's gonna go get started on some schoolwork, and I'm gonna get started on this. Schoolwork. Yay! Let's get to it. So it's the next day. I want to finish this up and get it in the field today. We'll see if that happens. Went to town last night and got some more of this decking material, this 1-inch 1x6s. The reason I did is because this is the longest piece that I bought. Is a 10-foot piece, which fits fine on this side, but it won't go the full distance here, the 12-foot length side. And I was going to do it in 2 chunks, which would have been okay, not ideal, but okay. I have enough wood to do that, but I also have to run one the full length down the middle to that other side, and the full length across over here, which I guess I had enough wood to do that. Basically make an X, and one X can be in parts, but I want the long piece to be in one piece. So I got 3 more boards, so I can do these 2 sides in one piece, in one 12-foot piece, and then I can do the center in one 12-foot piece, and I've got an extra one in case I need another 12-foot piece. Anyway, we're gonna do our best to get this finished up. I may end up setting this on the ground, but Oh, Heathcliff. Seriously? Yeah, he's a big help. So anyway, we're going to get started on this again today, and hopefully we'll have chickens in it this afternoon out in the pasture. Alright, so my GoPro memory chip filled up, but I got the all the siding on, got the back completely closed up, that center panel comes off, and that's got chicken wire there. I don't know if you can see it, for when it gets hot. So now I'm doing the roof and the two doors, and going to put angle braces on, and hopefully get some chickens in here today still. It's decided to rain. We had a 20% chance of rain today, and we got the 20%. So all my stuff's getting wet. Fortunately, it's not raining that hard, so I'm able to work. We're going to work at getting this top put on, and hopefully it'll go smoothly. the other camera died, but I got it done. 3/4 of the roof is covered and 1/4 is open. The front's open down the side, and I can take a panel off the back to have a opening in the back, just like it's supposed to. I've got a door that opens up, hinges, but that is not a door. And I noticed that on these, this is supposed to be a door. The reason I didn't make a door is because I kind of ran out of materials, and I want to get the chickens out in the pasture this afternoon. So I'm going to go ahead and move this out and put chickens in it, and if I find I have to have a door over there, well, I'll make a door then. And with a bell type water, it's right here. See if I can get the brand. I forget what it is. No, they're not paying me to do this. Farm Tough automatic poultry water. The reason I use this is because it'll go up to 20 to 50 psi. I can hook a garden hose to it without having to put a regulator on it to reduce the pressure. One complaint I have about this: the first time you get one, everything is inside this bell, including the directions on how to open the bell. So you have to just kind of figure it out. Fortunately, I didn't break it, but you pull this tab out and then twist the bell. I can't do it while I'm holding the camera, but you pull that and twist it just a slight amount, and it comes right off. But if you don't know that, it's really hard to get the instructions and the hardware out. The hanger was too long. I cut it off and drilled a hole so I could hang it and be up off the ground. The hanger's normally about that much longer, maybe a little longer, but anyway, I think we're ready to put the chickens out there. Now, one thing I've never seen on the internet is how to move these long distances. I'm going to see if we can carry it up on the hill and then hook onto to it with a tractor with the wheels on the back of the shelter, and see if I can just drag it really slowly out in the field. We'll see how that goes. Good morning to you too. So tonight was the first night of the chickens being out on pasture. You see the shelter there, and we're gonna go see how they fared last night. I admit I'm not a first-time dad. Not the first time I've raised chickens, but the first time I put 3-week-old chicks in the pasture with no lights, all alone, by themselves. Now, while I would happily do that to my 15-year-old, 3-week-old chicks is a different story. So, let's go see how they did. Obviously, I have not fed the cows yet. Oh, look at you guys! Now, I've heard the chickens really like daylight, and they don't get a lot of it while they're in the brooder. So this is their first exposure to being outside. They're not quite 3 weeks old yet. They'll be 3 weeks Monday, and it is Saturday. Look at you guys. Yeah. I'll also admit that Cornish crosses are never a very good looking chicken. get out of the ugly stage, in my opinion. But it's beautiful to see them all out here and happy and running around in the grass, and what grass there is. So the original plan was to put them in the next pasture up, and I got this far with it and realized I didn't have enough hoses to get up there, and I don't have the faucet installed up. I'm going to install a faucet up above a little later on this year, and so I didn't have any way to get water to them. So I just stopped and dropped them right here, and I've got cow-calf pairs in this pasture, so I moved them so they wouldn't be rubbing on my brand new shelter. So the goal is today is to bring some more hoses home, either get them from the other place where I've got them stored, or to go get some new ones, and I can get these guys up where there's a little more grass. But they've been, you know, I got them in here just before dark, so they really haven't had a chance to forage at all. So I'll leave them here for a couple of hours while I'm doing some other things, and then I'll try my first manual move with the chicken tractor. Not a big deal, I probably won't film it. But here they are, our pasture poultry operation is up and running. I need to give a shout out to my hatchery long neckers. I ordered 75 chicks, and I made the mistake of having the 11-year-old count them when we picked them up, and she came up with 75. Well, I ordered 75. But magically, when I moved them here, I counted them, and there are 81. And I lost one. So my 75 chicks translated into 82 from the hatchery. Thanks guys. Again, big hats off to long neckers. They do a lot of birds, and they know how to do them well, evidently, because anyway. And here comes Heathcliff. He's gonna gimp over here. Remember, he had a broken leg, and he's putting weight on it and walking much better now, but he's gonna gimp over here and see what the fuss is about with the chickens. So on to my morning activities, and this is Dan, head chicken wrangler at Blue Dog Farms and chief cowologist. And you have a blessed day.